Tony Fetterman.
The inside of row number 3, driving the KCAU 9 car, that is Joel McGee. And to the outside, the 17T, we've seen him at Off-Road Speedway and US 30 before, Jimmy. That is Troy Dowdy.
And rounding out the field is going to be the 8X of Andy Hoffman.
I tell you what, I watch Andy, and I tell you what, he's an up-and-coming driver. But Dallas Williams says, let's go racing!
It is going to be the 3P of Pierce to the early advantage as he's going to head down into 1 and 2. Fetterman to the high side as they were trying to push it 3 wide for just a moment. Oh, Carl Monroe! He is going to go for a little bit of a slide for life, gets car back on. We will stay green. But right now, it is still the 3P of Stephen Pierce with your early advantage. Pierce and Fetterman still side by side going into turn number 1. Battle for the lead. High side hustling. Tony Fetterman, new leader. It is Fetterman, Pierce. Now look who's in the 3rd. That is Joel McGee. Dallas Williams in a battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th between him, Dowdy, and Hoffman right now. But it is all behind your leader, the 7th of Tony Fetterman.
Tony Fetterman getting tail happy over there in turn number 4, but keeps the lead on the 3P of Stephen Pierce.
Not to interrupt you, Jimmy, but the 8X of Hoffman. Went around. The car pushed badly. He got into the 17T of Dowdy, and around he went.
But anyway, it is Tony Fetterman with the lead. Look at this. A big drive by Joel McGee. Oh, put a slide job on Stephen Pierce.
Joel McGee with the slider. He went to the Arby's. He is going to retain that 2nd place spot. Green flag is up. 2 laps to go. The question is, he is going to the whip. He's whipping that car like a rented government plow mule. Can he get up to the 7th of Fetterman? And can he get by Fetterman? They're going down the backstretch. McGee only about 4 to 5 car lengths behind. He's going to sail it down into turn 3. He is going to make up some ground. Now he's knocking on the back door of Fetterman. Wide flag is out from Chief Starter Jesse Ford. Let's see. Can it be done? McGee once again gaining on Fetterman. But he has to tag the brakes coming out of 2. Fetterman able to break away by about another 3/4 of a car length through 3 and 4. One more time. It is going to be Tony Fetterman's going to win. Joel McGee in 2nd. What a battle between those two. Stephen Pierce in 3rd. 4th to Dallas Williams. And rounding out the top 5 is going to be the 17T of Troy Dowdy.
I talked to Joel McGee earlier. For those of you that don't know, he lives in Florida. By the way, just flew in last night to race here tonight and getting back on a plane tomorrow morning back to Florida to the home where he lived.
He will start inside row number 2 to the outside, as Scotty would say,
Cowabunga, dude.
That is the 14Z of Zach Bales. Stereo tonight.
Yes.
To the inside of row number 3, that's going to be the 44 of John Kane. And to the outside, we saw him in a sport mod last year, now in a hobby stock this year, the 77 of Mike Grass.
Austin Lundquist brings the field into turn number 4. The flagman says, let's go racing.
Let's come off turn number 4 now. Kyle Davis in the 33 out to the race lead. Here comes Zach Bales, though. Bales up to that 2nd place spot, pushes through the middle as Davis goes up the track. Cowabunga, dude, we've got the lead. Zach Bales out with the race lead in the 14Z. Side by side for that 3rd place spot between Lundquist, Bates, and now here comes John Kane and Mike Grass in the 77 car. Bates gets shuffled all the way to the back of the pack.
Problems for the 13B. Not quite sure what it is, but he is off the pace. Tires are up, so hopefully it's something he can fix and get back out here for the feature. But right now it is still Zach Bales with the advantage. Kyle Davis in 2nd. Mike Grass, welcome back Mike Grass, as he is sitting in 3rd. 4th is going to be the 44 of John Kane, as Grass and Kane going side by side. And then you have the 196 Austin Lundquist rounding out the top 5. 3 laps to go this time by.
Zach Bales with the lead. He got a slide job. I tell you what, Kyle Davis put a slide.
Contact! Contact between the 33 of Kyle Davis, the 14Z of Zach Bales. And unfortunately, John Kane, Mike Grass, nowhere to go. Everybody is going to stay going, but the caution is going to come out for Zach Bales. And we'll have to wait and see what the call is on that one, because wow.
Now that was a cowabunga, dude. Let me tell you right now.
As the meme would say, "Oh, hold my radiator good." All right, so RPMs are going to come back up. John Kane's going to leave him down to the green with 3 laps to go. It is Kane, Grass, and Lundquist, 1, 2, and 3. Mike Grass, triumphant return after taking pretty much all of this year off and moving from a sport mod to a hobby stock. He is staying in step with the 44 of John Kane, as John Kane's going to see the green flag in the air. 2 laps to go.
Mike Grass has actually been racing over at the Wagner Speedway in Wagner, South Dakota, with our good friend Hot Rod Pattison over there in Wagner. So Mike Grass now in a hobby stock this year as he's running in second, trying to catch the 44 at Kane. As a white flag is going to come out this time by one more time around the new Raceway Park. Austin Lundquist, hang on to it, buddy. That's a good way to enter the infield. He's going to keep it going as Kane and Grass come off turn number 2 into turn number 3. Kane up on the high side. Grass going to follow in his tire tracks as they come to the checkered. It's going to be John Kane, Mike Grass, and then Austin Lundquist will round out your top 3.
As Hot Rod Pattison would say, we love you, Hot Rod, but I've still got to give you some grief. 13 cars, 12 laps. What could go wrong?
This is only a heat race.
Is it going to be like the Los Hills?
Oh, yeah. And once again, for those of you parents who have kids who really don't feel comfortable participating in the candy grab, we do have pre-made bags of candy that have a variety in them that you can, your kids can come down and get once we've started the candy grab. But for right now, we are going green on heat race number 3. That is going to see the 16 of Michael Finzen. Oh, whoa, that was almost bad. 34B of Ben Schneider's with the lead, but the 34M of David Miller almost got clipped. It is now Miller, Schneider's, the 2 of Castor. Then you got Phil McKee and the 16 of Michael Finzen rounding out your top 5. 34M David Miller is starting to walk away. Todd Castor looking strong tonight as he has now moved his way up to P2 as he is going to go to the whip and see if he can possibly catch up to the 34M of Miller. But with 4 laps to go, it's still David Miller, your leader. Todd Castor second. Ben Schneider's in third. Phil McKee fourth, and Michael Finzen rounding out top 5.
Schneider slides way up the track in turn number 2 as that part of the track is shaded from the tree, so did not and cannot dry out as fast as the rest of the track. But it is out in front. David Miller, 34M. Todd Castor in a strong second. Schneider's third. Phil McKee in fourth. Then it's going to be Finzen and Froelich at the back of the 16 and 76 car. Single file around the raceway. 2 laps to go for David Miller. Your race leader as that green flag is high in the air. Castor running in second still. Schneider's, McKee, Finzen, and Froelich.
I don't know if you guys are noticing, but on Justin Frolich's car, add 1 more number to the number. You'll recognize whose car that was, as that was Craig Cliff's car. But right now the white flag is out for David Miller as he's going to sling it down through 1 and 2. Todd Castor, he is whipping that car like a ready government plow mule, but not able to make up any ground. Through 3 and 4 one last time. It's going to be the 34M of David Miller with the heat race win. Second is going to go to Todd Castor in the 2. Great run for him. Third place at 34B of Ben Schneider's. As we wait for him to come through 3 and 4. The 12M, Phil McKee, a little bit of a bobble, but he is going to take home that 4th place spot. And at the line, it's going to be the 76, Justin Froelich, rounding out the top 5. And did you guys catch that reference I made on Frolich's car?
Yeah, we did. We did. We surely did. So here we go.
So over the Receiver one-way communication system, Matt Stubbe giving them the usual lecture. Use your head, be smart, don't tear up cars, use your brakes, and get some give and take.
The big guys on the flag stand.
And we are about ready to go. 19 cars, 14 laps. Coney's used cars, hobby stocks are green on Racers for Autism night. It's going to be Dallas Williams with the early advantage. Right behind him is going to be a 34B of Ben Schneider's and the 1M of Carl Monroe, as they are going to be right behind him. Sorry, that's the 196 of Austin Lundquist. My bad. As Dallas Williams is going to lead lap number 1. He's going to lead him back down into 1 and 2 once again. Snyders and Lundquist still side by side. Now Snyders shuts the door on Lundquist. That'll take over that second place spot. Meanwhile, we've got problems. The 12M of Phil McKee and the 76 of Justin Freilich. No harm, no foul. We're going to stay green, but right now, Dallas Williams leading the feature.
Dallas Williams with the race lead. Ben Schneider's in second. Here comes David Miller challenging for that second place spot in the 34M car. Then it's going to be Sean Lundquist, Steve Pierce. Joe McGee goes around in front of the field. Joel McGee going around in the KCAU 9 car.
And unfortunately, it looks like the 1M Carl Monroe could not avoid him, so
actually,
contact.
Actually, due to the incident earlier with Zach Bales is actually driving the 1M car tonight to keep up in the point standings. So Zach Bales in the 1M. Now you can see a 14Z duct tape to the passenger side as Zach Bales driving the 1M car.
Caution lights are out. Dallas Williams is leading. Once again, Ben Schneider's in second. Austin Lundquist in third. Looks like the David Miller in fourth. And we're going to go green. Dallas Williams going to lead him down the front stretch into turn number 1. Ben Schneider's right on his back bumper. Little contact, Lundquist and Schneider's. No harm, no foul. We're going to keep going. Now, Schneider's going to get a shot in the shorts of the 3P of Pierce. But it's going to be all Dallas Williams up front as he is going to lead another lap. They're 3 wide down the front stretch. That is Miller, that is Lundquist and Pierce. They're going to go back to 2 wide as Miller's going to take over third. Ben Schneider's again trying to make a run towards that lead underneath the Dallas Williams, but Dallas still hanging on, running an absolutely flawless race as a driver of the 99. Oh, and we got a park down here. Stephen Pierce with problems, Jimmy.
Yep, just as Ben Schneider's put a pass on Dallas Williams, so now he'll have to go back to that second spot.
Well, if Dallas can keep running the line he's been running as smooth as he has been, and the other guys are going to play hell trying to get around him.
Now, who's in that third spot there in that one
That
car?
is the 196 of Austin Lundquist.
Austin Lundquist, okay. All right, we're back to green flag racing.
Dallas Williams again leading him down into 1, but it is going to be Ben Schneider's high, wide, and around the outside. He's got 3/4 of a car length advantage. New leader, Ben Schneider's. Dallas Williams now goes from the hunt head to the hunter as he is going to try and get back up there and try to get back around Snyders. Now Lundquist tries to get around Williams. Not going to happen. Williams is going to retain that second place spot. It is Snyders, Williams, Lundquist. Oh, caution's out, turn 3.
And that would be
Joel McGee in the KCAU 9 car.
No, Phil McKee in the 12M.
Phil McGee in the 12M.
Okay.
I don't see any jack, so I don't see the car getting raised up there, Scotty, like he would have a flat tire. He pulled in. I don't know if he's having a mechanical issue or some other kind, but they're looking over the car.
Did see they were looking underneath, so maybe an exhaust pipe or something, but we're going back to green, though. Ben Schneider's going to have the race lead. Zach Bales and Dallas Williams up there, as well as Ben Schneider's out with the race lead. Zach Bales running a second to the inside of Schneider's now. Zach Bales, 14Z, has the race lead coming into turn number 3.
Oh, looks like Ben Schneider's is slow as well as he bottlenecked quite a few people on the high side. But look at Zach Bales in a borrowed car. He is throwing a whooping right now. He is now leading David Miller in second. Oh, Ben Schneider's flat right rear. That's what bit him. But right now, you have Zach Bales leading David Miller in second. The 13 car, that is the Angry Watermelon. David Bates, our Racers for Autism hobby stock representative, up in third. Tony Fetterman in fourth. And looks like Joel McGee rounding out the top 5, but he is every which way but straight. But Scotty, look at the Angry Watermelon go.
as he's battling with Tony Fetterman right now in the 7 car through 1 and 2. But we got a battle for the race lead now coming into turn 3. Zach Bales to the outside, David Miller to the inside. Robbins racing as they come off of turn 4. It's going to be Zach Bales at the flag stand. David Bates hanging on to third, battling with Tony Fetterman for that spot. Joel McGee back up to a top 5 in the KCAU 9 car. Zach Bales with the race lead coming off turn number 4 with 5 laps to go. 5 to go this time by David Miller to the back bumper, now to the left rear quarter panel. David Bates a little bobble off turn 2 is side by side with Fetterman now. Andy Hoffman and Joel McGee into the mix as well. But Zach Bales still leading. Andy Hoffman contact with the number 9 car off turn number 4. Fetterman and Bates still side by side for third and fourth off turn number 2. Here comes Joel McGee as well in the 9 car. Joel McGee also donated $100 to the Northwest Iowa Autism Network in the KCAU 9 car. Out in front though, it is Zach Bales in the 14Z. David Miller right behind him as Miller cuts to the inside now. 2 laps to go, this time by Zach Bales by a nose at the flag stand. As Phil McGee goes around in turn number 2. Oh, check him up, guys. Caution comes out for the 12M. As we're going to come back to green flag racing now. It is Zach Bales out in front in the 14Z machine. Then David Miller. Here comes Joel McGee to the inside of Miller off turn number 2. Hoffman in 4th, Fetterman in 5th. David Bates shuffled back to that 6th place spot. Joel McGee looking for 2nd off turn 4. He's going to have it with a white flag out one more time around.
Zach Bales going through 1 and 2. Joel McGee now in 2nd going to the whip. Can he take the win away, or is Zach Bales in a borrowed car going to win? As we go through 3 and 4. Cowabunga dude, it's Zach Bales winning. Joel McGee 2nd, David Miller in 3rd. The 190s, or no, sorry, Andy Hoffman in 4th, and Tony Fetterman rounding out that top 5. What a race.
That car went to victory lane last week for Carl Monroe. Zach Bales, tough luck in the heat race. Carl Monroe says, you're in the points, you're driving my car. And Zach Bales puts that car back in victory lane here tonight. Carl Monroe, first one to the window net to say, buddy, congratulations. Carl Monroe and Zach Bales, good friends.
We're going to come over and talk to him. Hey, it's Cowabunga dude! Zach Bales! Zach, the guy gives you your car. He says you're in the points, and look what you did.
Yeah! Thank you, Carl, Steve, the wife, everybody that makes this happen. Woo!
I'll tell you what, that was rough, though. You had those cars behind you on those restarts, and you're thinking, oh, I can't slip up now, you know, but I can't tell you're excited. But, man, I tell you what, that's a racing family.
Oh, yeah.
You're in the points. Your car gets, they said, but take mine and tape a number on it.
Right? Yeah, it was absolutely fabulous. I threaded the needle a couple times over here when the 9 car spun out. Just thread the needle and go. Woo!
Well, once again, from a non-excited Cowabunga crew,